Hi fellow traders, I'm sorry I didn't get to do my recap video last night. Yesterday was just a very mentally draining day. So once I got my free time in the evening, I did copy these charts and stuff and start putting it together. But my mind just wasn't where it needed to be. So I just went to sleep. I just took the night off from completing my reflection and just get some rest. And sometimes you just have to do that, especially when you have a real stressful day and things just didn't seem to go the way you wanted them to. So I still want to share my trades with you. I feel it's better to go over the losing trades because I learn more from them than I do the winning trades. Because in the end, the losing trades end up becoming winning trades. So I want more winners than I do losers. So we're going to take a look at the trades I had from yesterday. But want to remind you, we do have a Sneak Peek Wednesday, which is our version of free chat. All you got to do is go to averagejoetrader.com, click on the Sneak Peek logo, and just register. And be there about 15 minutes early on Wednesday, about 8:15 or so, to make sure you can get in and we can go from there. Now also, I will be live streaming it on YouTube again, but as you know, the quality is going to be based on the internet connection. The better quality is going to be coming into our free chat room and spending the time there. Plus, if you have questions, I can answer them. Don't really monitor YouTube that much, because YouTube is on another screen and it's not up. So if I don't flip to it, I'll never see the questions or anything like that. So just make sure, if you want to be interactive and engaged, make sure you go to my website and register, and then come into the chat room. So now let's go ahead and get into some of my trades here. All right, so my first trade of the day, and this kind of set the tone for the day. And this is what happens when your first trade is a loser that shouldn't have been a loser and really ends up being a winner. And you can look at, ARNC. We had a big sell-off and we recovered here. We ran up to the 200, pulled back, had a bounce, went back up to the 200 again, pushed through it a little bit, but then here we're failing it. So that was my signal to get short. This thing has some pretty bad news. I was expecting it to wash some more. I expected profit taking on those that caught the big move. And I'm waiting for the people coming in at 8:30. I'm thinking, we're going to short this. We're going to have some taking profit. So I just kind of waited. And I got short here, which I felt was a good trade, even though, I shorted above the 9 moving average here. I felt we would lose this. So I got in. We kind of traded sideways a little bit. And then when we started to close above the 9, for some reason, I just said, well, it's not going to work. It's not doing what I wanted it to do. I'll take it off. But what I based the trade off of was the 20 here. And we never lost this technical level. And there was no indication that this trade was not going to work. I saw we made a higher low here. And I thought, maybe we're just going to pop up. But I didn't have conviction. I didn't trust my levels. And you can see we got the point right here. This would have been a very lucrative trade to start my day off with. I could have made anywhere from $250 to $300 on this trade. And so that got in my head. Honestly, that really stuck in my head, because here was a trade that worked. I just didn't execute well. I don't know if it was because it was Monday and mentally I wasn't there, I wasn't engaged, but whatever the case was, I just didn't execute this properly, and I cost myself, $250 to $300, and that's just what I saw, how I saw it. So come SGEN, here's the open. This has been selling off. Now I was looking to get in this pre-market as well, but there were times where we had a dollar spread on this. I mean, the spreads were ridiculous, and it really kept me out. It's why I didn't trade this. So for some reason, I waited through all of this. I waited for it to reject here and waited for it to lose the 5-minute open range low, which is this level right here. Once we got through it, I went ahead and got short, not really realizing and not really understanding that this thing was way oversold. We had no significant bounce that I had to get short in. We were well after 10 o'clock, and there was no reason for me to get this on an opening range breakdown. That wasn't the setup that I should have been going for. And because of the trade earlier and me not trusting my levels, I decided that I was going to let this thing test my levels. Now in this case, they were way out of my risk tolerance. So this is the case, I should have taken it off, even though it wasn't going anywhere near the levels that I was using to base the trade off of. Number one, I had a terrible entry. I was over a point away from, 75 cents or so away from the level. I was a point away from the 9, and I let it test it. So, first trade out of the, after the open, I just blew myself up. Really blew myself up. So I dug a $300 hole right off the bat. The pre-market trade was pretty much a scratch. I didn't lose anything on it. This just put me in a $300 hole. This was my max loss for the day. Okay, so this is where I should have shut down, and I did. I was like, I'm shut down for the day. But of course, it's 10 o'clock. I'm in a chat room. I can't just log out and go like I would normally do if I wasn't, running my own chat room. I can't disappear on everybody like that, but I can log off. And so that was what I wanted to do, is just log off and just walk away from this. Because I don't want to lose any more than $300 a day. Because tomorrow or today, if I have a good day, unfortunately I won't be trading the open because, I won't be here. I had to take my wife to her follow-up appointment. But there's no way I'm going to be able to make it up today. But I know if I have a good day this week, that will make up for the loss, as long as I keep it within perspective. So, I had to really, in my mind, I needed to shut it down right there. But this came after this COST fiasco. Okay, so this, I've got them in the wrong order. Because like I said last night when I put this together, I was sleeping. I was half asleep. Mentally I was gone. But this was the first trade I took. This was the opening range breakout, and it worked. I mean, if it made a good move, but I was stubborn because I wanted 159.75. This had room up through 160. So I wanted to take profit at 159.75. When we ran up here towards 160, 159.60, and we started to pull back, I was like, look, if I get it up here again, I need to take half off. And I still didn't do it. I mean, granted, it came up here pretty quickly, and but I should have had my order already sitting here. I should have had my bid sitting out at 159.70 or 159.65, and I would have at least made some profit on this trade. Okay, but this is another thing that led to me going into my SGEN trade with the bad mindset. So this, I only lost maybe $20-$30 on it. Let's see. I was in 100 shares. What's this, 27 cents? So I only lost 27 cents. No, that's not even 27 cents. That's 23 cents. So I only lost like $23 on this trade plus commissions, which wasn't much at all. So I was still in a position to where I could have traded. And had I been paying attention, I would have locked in on this 200 and caught the bounce. But I didn't do that either. So I was just all over the place. I went to the trade that blew me up for the day. So I just wasn't making good decisions yesterday. I don't know if it was a hangover from the weekend. And it seems like on Mondays I do have that mental hangover at the beginning of the day. And then after lunch I tend to get my wits about me. I get settled in. And I tend to do pretty good. So I waited till after lunch. And I decided, okay, I'm just going to take another trade just to see how well I manage it. Nothing big, nothing major. Just wait for a good setup that I like, and let's take it and see if I manage it well. So ARNC came back on my radar. We were rejecting up here, and so I got in just under the 9. Now, I know I shorted into the 20, which is not good, but at this point this was just a retest, and I thought I was pretty sure that we were going to fail this and possibly get a move back to VWAP. So made my first cover here. We had a pullback, retested the 20, hung around for a while, and after I gave it 20-25 minutes or so, I went ahead and took it off. I locked in this little profit because hey, I'm down big on the day. I got this. I'm not gonna let it pull back. If it pulls back and retests, I can get back in. So I took it off. We traded sideways for a while again. And eventually we lost this. Then we had this candle come in, so I waited to see what was going to happen here. And we started looking weak, so I got back in, took half off here. Didn't really wait till we got to 23.50, and I realized my nerves were still a little bit shot. It's still a little bit shot. I really should have waited. 23.50 was my target. I took it 10 cents off because I thought I saw it having issues here and we might push up. But we got to 23.50 and then we started to recover and took the rest off at break even. But still a decent trade, and still you know, it wasn't a big money trade. I didn't make a whole lot of money on this, on these two trades. I think these two added together, I might have made, you know, maybe $140 or so, $130, $140. But it was kind of a way of getting back on the horse and trying to, you know, see if I really had a problem that I needed to solve, or whether it was just a Monday, you know, Monday morning hangover that I have sometimes. So it seemed like that's what it was. So I was pretty pleased with this. And there was another trade that I was trying to get in. It was Hertz. You know, the news came out on Hertz that they were partnering with Apple in this, you know, autonomous driving project or whatever. So I felt we would get a good spike on it. And so I wanted to log back in chat again, go over what I was doing. But SureTrader, of course. Well, it was DOS. I can't blame SureTrader. It was DOS. You know, their server went down. They're the ones that host it. They're responsible for the server. And it went down again. And it seems like this year, the DOS server has gone down more this year than it has the last 3 years. And it's odd. I don't know if it's getting overloaded. You know, it's hard to say. You know, they're not saying anything. But I couldn't log in. I put an order out there and was trying to bring my platform up, and that's when everything froze. And so didn't realize my order was in until, you know, well after market. You know, when I logged in and I saw my order had hit. So right now, I'm long Hertz. So let's see. Let me bring this up. And, you know, of course, we're gapping down here this morning. But, you know, I never would have been stuck in this had this platform went down, because I'd have been able to take profit here at 11. You know, I was catching a bounce here off of the 20 here. You know, I had my order in somewhere in the 60s. Somehow, you know, it got filled. I think 67, 68 is what I see on it. So, I don't know. Maybe we're going to pull back. I don't know. My stop's probably going to be here around the 40s. You know, maybe, I'm going to have to use this level here to kind of guide what I'm going to be doing with this trade. But it's just, that's why I say yesterday was just mentally exhausting. So when I saw that I was in this, yeah, I probably could have just taken it off when I realized I was in, but I mean, I was in. So, you know, why not give it to today to see if we continue to move up, or if we don't, just take it off and we'll move forward for today. So that's where I'm at as far as day trading on this deal. The last thing I want to cover If you were in the swing trade class that we did Sunday morning, I like to do my swing trade classes on Sunday because together we can build a watch list for whatever strategy I'm teaching that week. And this is kind of the watch list that we built. M is a swing trade that I'm still in. I got in on this rejection here. I got in around 2260. Took profit, when we were bouncing off this level. And I still have some profit left. I should have taken it off at the close of this day once we recovered this candle. But I didn't. I just held on to it. If we reject here today, I'm going to add to it. If we lose it, I'm going to just take it off. I may end up giving back a little bit of the profit I took, but I'm going to be managing it a little bit differently than I would a day trade, because I believe that if we roll over here, this will be the third time we test this level, and third time may be the charm on this. So still holding on to this. What triggered an entry for us? Now this, I was a day late on this. The entry should have been Friday, but I didn't want to enter on Friday and then just hold over the weekend. So, this gave me an entry here at 14, I think 06, and I'm looking for the 200. That's my target on this. So yesterday was disappointing. We didn't move. Only got like 34 cents that I made on this yesterday. But I'm in 1,000 shares, so anything is good. I mean, it's still up pretty good. So as long as we continue to trend up today, I'm going to continue to stick with it. CAKE did trigger an entry as well, but I didn't feel we had a whole lot in this. Today may be a good mover. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm kind of maxed out now. Really, if this opens above the 20, I'm going to take it off, and I may have some room to get in this. But, right now I'm just tapped out because at AAP I'm in. I did get in this. This triggered an entry yesterday, and I got in, and amazingly we made a move up towards 125. So I did take some profit up here close to 124. 123.50 was my first profit target, and we got it. On all of these, my target's going to be the 20. Using the strategy that I'm trading now. So I'm looking to get the 20 out of this. But, when you get a move like this, on the first day you get in the trade, you got to take it. I mean, we almost got 5 points on this. So you got to take it. I got at least 4. So, all good with this. So that's kind of where I'm at. Not really looking to take on another position at the moment. If I lose this position, then I'll probably start looking at CAKE, because I think, it has good potential to get back up and test this 20 here as well. All right, so that's it from me today, or this morning. It's time to open the room and get ready for that. So I hope everybody has a great and profitable day. And if I don't see you in chat, I will see you later on today.